Hi friends and family, welcome to our home. Norm and I hope you are all doing very well this December and enjoying decorating and hopefully seeing friends and family. So this is what I decided to do with the buffet this year. It's always a little bit of a dilemma. We do typically try to put some garland up there. This is vintage and we have shared it before. It is so cute with all the little instruments. We have a second string garland that is just like this, only with bells on it. I have collected with Norm, whenever we spot them, all of these 1968, what a lot of people call lucite poinsettias. And many years ago we found one holly one, and I think it was maybe just last year, or it could have been the year before, we found a second holly one in a set. I think it was last year. And that was, I believe, from Lindstrom Antique Mall. And they had two matching candle holders. I have tried to find candles that will fit in the matching candle holders. It's very difficult. I haven't found any yet. So they must take quite small candles. I took all of the little votives that I've been thrifting that are poinsettias in design, and I had just enough out here to put one in between everything. So what did I find? 3 of these now this year. Maybe one of them was last year. And I think I found a second one of these this year. I had one. This I just found this year and I never have seen it before. So that is a very odd one. And this is an odd one. It has yellow gold highlights on the holly and the poinsettia. Yep. So everything is outlined in yellow. So that's a little different looking. There's another one like the very first one I showed you, and this is like the second one I showed you, and this is also like the first one. So I had 3 of these now that I found this year. Yeah, so that is a lot of poinsettias, and what's going to be fun to show you, the string of white lights back there, which I will put on, and you'll be surprised how pretty it ends up lighting up all of these plastic poinsettias and holly bouquets. That was something that I had laying around in the drawer, and I thought, I wonder if we could tape it underneath the mirror so it would be up a little ways, about halfway up on the plants. So I asked Norm if he could attempt to do that for me, and I will let him explain what he came up with, because, as he'll tell you too, the tape would not hold very long. The length of the lights, string of lights, was absolutely perfect. It couldn't have been any more perfect. Once you got the kinks out, it was pretty, kinked up, so you had to stretch it out pretty good in order to have the plug reach the outlet down below. So I can't wait to show you how wonderful it looks, but let's first let Norm explain to you what he did.
Hi everyone. Peggy wanted to illuminate her plastic poinsettia plants on the buffet out in the front entrance. So I had this white cord with clear lights, and I tried taping it underneath the mirror, but the cellophane tape kept coming loose and it kept dropping off. So that wasn't working very good. So I went over to Menards and I bought a piece of just 6-foot just plastic molding. And then I bought tiny, tiny tie straps in white. And I went down very carefully, trying to get all the lights to stand up as best as I could. And I went all the way down the whole length. I'm going to stick that behind it, and we'll see how it turns out, because cellophane tape wasn't working one bit.
Thank you, Norm. That was a little project that he was very helpful to do for me. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think they really glow fun, especially when you have the big bright light out up above. So I'm going to show you what it looks like with the light out too. I think you will enjoy that. So I'll do one of them getting a little closer to the flowers and the candles with just some music, and then one with the light out up above. Now you just saw in one of my recent thrift hauls that I found this, but I did just find her too at Forest Lake Family Pathways. Cutest little ornament that was made open like that, where the back piece was sewn on and it was left open. So I realized that she fit over the ring. I'm sorry for the nail showing there, but the ring is not very attractive either, so I thought it was really a fun idea to put her up there. I even thought, if I would have had the time, to go through some of my old Christmas pins, brooches, and put some of them on this tree. Maybe that's something I can get accomplished before next Christmas. But I really like it, and I thought it would be a nice place out here. Very long wall. There are 3 nails on that wall, and I just used the highest nail, of course, right here. Now I have shared this only vintage elf, that a Christmas elf that we own. We bought him many, many years ago. That's the only little guy we have. He's very cute, and I'm happy with just him. I did purchase some new ones from Hobby Lobby last year and one this year. Here are the scarves that I've thrifted, and an adorable stocking. I think I just found that stocking at Shalom. I think so, but hard to remember. It didn't get in my thrift haul video part, but it was one of the early trips to the thrift, what do you call that, Mistletoe Mania. This is actually made to look like that. It's sewn that way. So this is sweet, being knitted, a lot of work. And I'm not saying that somebody, a crafter, did this. It's probably commercially done. So cute though. I thought it would be fun to hang it out here with the scarves that I've been thrifting for quite a few years now. A lot of them say made in Korea, like even this one says it on the tag, and this one says it on the tag. I love them, and I wear them. I've already had this one on when I had a black leather jacket on recently. It's really gotten cold. We had a really bad cold spell, so I was just looking for a tag. So this one can be out for the snowmen. I'll keep this new hanger up here. I'm sorry, I'm getting it a little tilted by pulling on the scarves. I added the cute little vintage wreath with a flocked bow, and this one is so silky. I don't think I wore this one yet, but I did have this one on the other day, and I wore one that was all blue and matched a blue ski jacket the other day. It has snowmen on it. I did show you that one. I love this one. So festive, every color to go with your jeans, whatever. And you saw me, I believe, at Family Pathways in North Branch, Minnesota. You saw me thrift this tie because I loved the design and the star on top, so I just tried to tie a silly knot in some of these to hang them up here. Let's see what this says. Yeah, it's just that kind of a tag on it, but I did wash it. Yeah, there could be yep, just gotta look. Yep, just says hand wash in cold water and lay flat to dry. So that was easy. I didn't have any problem with that. Not at all. So I hope you like that crazy arrangement. And I forgot to mention, I was beading for many, many years before I started making videos. So I told Norm I badly want to take a little time this past week take out all my plastic cases of beads. I have so much, but I've always gotten such a kick out of tri-beads. So I had ordered them directly from a factory for a few years. Now, I've been making videos for 4 years, so I have not done any beading for 4 years. But I wanted to quickly make up a couple of Christmassy looking ones just to show you what you can do. I have a big supply of seed beads. I make up these patterns myself. I've made earrings, a stretch bracelet, and necklaces for years in sets to go with different outfits that I've had, and typically they will look like flowers, but this was representing to me holly and berries, or any kind of pine wreath look and berries. What I use is fishing line, clear fishing line, and I don't put a clasp on them. I just tie it in a knot gently and then feed it back through the beads on both sides. It's very strong, obviously long enough to go over your head very easily. So this was the other one I whipped out 2 days in a row. Did that one morning and this one another morning. This one is poinsettias, the leaves, and snowballs. That was what I had in mind. So I could wear this on the dress that I'm wearing. I just wanted to decorate up the scarves a little bit. I made them pretty much the same length. And I just thrifted that clock up there. I took the battery out of it right now because it was ticking loud enough that I didn't want you to have to listen to that. But isn't that fun? That was so cheap at Family Pathways in Lindstrom. We had like 15% off because of the road trip sale. And it was already ridiculously cheap, like it was $2 and something. And then I got 15% off of that, and it works beautifully. It's so fun. I thrifted a couple years or more back. I thrifted one exactly like it, and it's in Norm's bathroom. That's why I knew about it. I just think it's really fun. I love it. It's the same gold. Antique gold is what our shadow box is that Norm spray painted for me. It was a dark wood, this shadow box, very dark wood. So I wanted to take all my mice and see what I could come up with out here for them, and I think it turned out very fun. I'm very happy with it. I think it's really cute. Again, you are going to probably remember that I did have a lot of these from many years ago. These weren't too old for me, a couple years old maybe, and a lot of them are Homeco sets. So maybe this had another mouse skating. I don't recall seeing one yet. I think I've only seen these two. Oh, I did just today. Just today I watched someone going into an antique mall, and there were 3 of them laid out, and I recognized these two. I thought this was really cute. It's probably meant to be a hanging ornament, although I don't see anywhere where there was a string, but maybe. So fun. Spiky long beads on that. Yeah, I forget what they call those beads, the long ones. A lot of you probably know. And this set is fairly new, last year, I believe. And again, I think that was from Lindstrom, Family Pathways. That is the teeniest, tiniest tiniest nativity that we own. It's so small. I can't believe how tiny that is. Oh, and it did have a broken treetop. Yeah, oh well. It's not real important. That happens to real trees. Yeah, they're pretty cute. Found that ornament. It's probably fairly new ornament. A couple years back at least. This guy, I think, is a new find. I don't know if he's part of a set or not. But I thought he went fine with these two. Little baby brother. So cute. So I was surprised to find these, and I don't recall where it was either. Yeah, it could have been... Yeah, I don't even want to venture to guess whether it was a antique mall or a thrift store. Sometimes it's the Pink Squirrel that we go to, monthly sale, that I find things like this. And they're probably missing one also. But it's okay with me to have just two. Now, this was a set of 4, and it's been so long that I've had them. I have shared them with you. The boy has black shoes on, and the girl has green ones. And the other 2 that were part of this set of 4 are over here. So again, she has green shoes, and they're holding different things. Yeah, very cute set. I could probably see. Yeah, it's Napco. I'm sorry, it's probably, that's focusing pretty good. Yep. So yes, I have shared them in past videos now, at least 2 Christmases, I bet. Now these are all the new ones that you saw me find very recently. I did have a video out already that shows when I found these adorable mice. These are all bells. And these 2 were just irresistible. I still have the price tag in there. So that was the 2 that I found first, and then you saw that I found her sitting by herself further down the aisle, and I was so thrilled because I knew I had the other 2, so I ended up with 2 girls and a boy. Now, we went from one of those sales maybe 2 days later. We were up in the area in Waite Park, Minnesota, St. Cloud area, and we love going, especially Norm loves going, in the Salvage Sisters in Waite Park. And they had a whole bunch of these bells. They were very reasonable. Yes, I certainly paid more than $1.99, but he was irresistible. He has, of course, old nightshirt and cap, long cap on, and he's holding a gift, hiding a gift behind his back. He's got a candle for seeing at night. And I should show you his tail sticking out there. And see his long cap. Yeah, so this was from the Salvage Sisters, but how cute. Now she would be outside singing because she's all dressed up, but he's ready for bed. You can tell it's a guy. Yeah, he doesn't have any blush on. Pretty pale face, but isn't that adorable? So I was very happy. I like it a lot. And I've shared that glass tree before that I thrifted. This little tree is what they hang little charms on for putting on the stems of your drinks, your wine glasses, when you're a guest so you don't lose track of which one is yours in a crowd. But it didn't come with that. I don't think so. I have hung little tiny glass ornaments on it before. I kind of forgot about that. I think I stole them all for the tree at the top of the stairs. A little aluminum tree, so that's where all the little ornaments went to. But it doesn't need it. I'll have to remember that next year to make sure I find some. I do have some. I completely forgot that I just thrifted an old package of glass tiny ornaments. I'm gonna go find them. Well, that took a few minutes to find where I put this. Yeah, I just thrifted this for $1. Not sure where that was. They are old Hallmark glass ornaments. And they just have a little tiny ring at the top. I bet they're gonna work just fine. Because the other ones I had on there a couple of years ago, 2002, made in Taiwan. Yeah, that's a while ago. Wow, 22 years ago or more. Oh my. So yeah, they are vintage. Well, I'm gonna hang them on there and see what you think. Cross your fingers, they're gonna work. Oh, isn't that cute? It really worked. I used red, green, gold, and silver. I don't know why I bought that package. It was only $1. And I thought, wow, these are glass and they're old Hallmark ones. I thought I'll find somewhere, maybe, that it'll work. I never thought of this tree until just now. Oh, I'm so happy. That's pretty cool. So I'll have to wrap these up with the tree. Yeah, well, thanks for being so patient. This is the Avon Mouse perfume bottle, and I happen to find a second one years later. I love those little guys. And many, many years ago, I was really into finding beaded ornaments. So I did end up with 2 of these very fancy candles. They're pretty big for an ornament. So I just use them on the shelving usually. And there's the other little guy. So that's how that turned out. Kind of busy with the buffet in the background. I can't help that real well, but I hope you can get a feel for that. And I love this book rack. It is a smaller one of 2 that we've purchased over several years past now. The other one I love is taller and a little bit deeper. Taller, deeper, so it would stick out a little further, but it's also much longer too. I just love it. It's in the basement. But this one fits out here very sweetly. I love it. Covers up, helps cover up a vent down there. I put a scented soy wax candle on the vent just to warm the wax. It'll never get that hot. And the smell is wonderful, pine smell out here. So I've had the red and frosted glittered glass tree for several years now. Just thrifted the candle, glittery candle one. Just found this glass one, beautiful hand blown green glass one and a red one at the Salvage Sisters when we were there just a couple weeks ago. I filled one of these candy dishes with beads and half beads. The half ones are really glowing, the clear ones, but the other ones are round faceted beads. they just don't want to stay up in the top no matter how much I push them up there and press a lot of pressure, full of beads to try to make them stay up in the top, but they don't want to. I think you'd have to stuff some foil up in there. Let me turn the light on this adorable house. This little house is so cute. I don't know why. I don't remember where I found it, but the little sticker on the bottom said 99 cents. It's really a very old-fashioned looking house, like a putz house might look like. I don't think, I might be wrong because I don't know anything about putz houses, but I don't think they made them that elaborate. I don't know. I mean, they were probably pretty cheap items, right? Back in the day. So I had Norm take the battery out because it died as soon as we got it home. It lit up in the store, but it wouldn't anymore after that. So this way I can put in a tall light that I have that's a rechargeable one. And it is not like a tea light that flickers. It can be flickering or just a steady light. So that's what I'm using right now in there. It is so cute. So let me show you what it says on the bottom. It's Wonder Shop at Target, and it was made in May of 2022. Yeah, it was only 99 cents, so that could have been at Legacy Thrift. They have tags like that. Sorry, it's upside down. This was thrifted early this year, that really sweet glittered candle. And I've had this one for at least a year. Love that. Decided to put some of our thrifted snowmen from last year and snow girls, couples. We have more, but 2 was enough with some greenery in the back. And thrifted Santa in his roadster and that cute little house tin, which isn't necessarily the right scale for his big monster car, but I thought it was cute with the reindeer on it. A little bit more greenery. So that's what we see when we come in the door. So I think that's about it for out here. Well, let's go upstairs and see what I ended up doing this year on the shelving and on this bookcase that was from my brother's home. My brother Steve, who passed away 2 years ago on New Year's Eve. We wanted to get him here for Christmas to live with us, but he just declined badly, and he just could not get the strength to even get up by that time. So we were very sad a couple years ago to not have him be with us. And last couple of Christmases and Thanksgivings have been very different. So I do have mostly my angel collection up here and carolers and some very small ones on that shelf. These are the fun stockings that I thrifted a couple years back. I thought they were so cute with the pom-poms on them. They're nothing fancy, but that's what I like about them. So it would be mine and Norm's and my sister Melissa's. Of course, we always had 4 stockings here when my brother would be here with us. I'm very happy with how this shelf turned out this year. I found quite a few new little angels, mostly. I see there are 2 choir boys on the bottom, and I don't see any more choir boys, but they were different, and they were from Shalom, probably the most recent purchase, along with this little December girl that I just showed in the thrift haul for Shalom. I was very happy with everything that we found. As you recall, I found so many more of the sweet votives, so I have tried to put them in places where I feel they go along with the theme nicely. I like the bells and the doves on this shelf, so I had 3 of the bell ones and 3 of the dove ones. So it just ends up where I end up with the 2 odd ones up there then, with that cute vintage little angel candle. There's a red candle on top of her head that has never been burned, so that was nice. I found her many years ago and had shared her with you in other Christmas videos. I had 2 of these that I had thrifted, and one of them had its eyes open and this one did not, but unfortunately the shelf got bumped and she came tumbling down on the carpet, but still broke, which is surprising. Well, there was actually some others that fell too, but for some reason that one broke, and it was really weird because I was at one of the thrift stores and here was the one with its eyes open, but I didn't know which one got broke, so I didn't pick her up. I kind of debated. I thought, yeah, with my luck, it's probably the one that I needed again. So funny that she should show up all by herself at a thrift store. But they're around, I'm sure. I believe there would be 3 of them, and so many of these sets of 3 are your Taiwan pieces that are marked Homeco. Yeah, I don't know. I won't pick them up now, but I don't recall whether I had thrifted her this year or last year. I just don't recall. But again, she was probably part of a set, the one on the end there. And it's really funny, but I found 2 of these angels with the red trim on their outfits in holly. The other one is over here with gifts. I found them at separate dates and separate stores, I believe. Yeah, it was really strange. So, those sets really do get broken up, but I was very fortunate to find a second one. Maybe sometime I'll find a third one, and I'll have to refer back to this video to see which ones I actually have already. So I did get the December angel painted as I had shown you. I love these pretty dove votives. Very nice to go with this bunch of figurines because there's a lot of red and white up here. This my sister found. It does need a little touch up on her bottom of her gown there. Lots of gold. We were at a unique thrift store in New Hope, Minnesota, and my sister Melissa happened to go around the corner of the aisle where the Christmas started, and I was slower filming behind her, and she came walking up to me with this. I will take it down because I'm wondering if it's a Napco one or what, because I don't remember. Yeah, that looks like George Z. Lefton. Sorry, it's hard to read, but she is adorable. Yeah, thank you, Melissa, for finding that. Oh, it was so reasonable there. I'm not sure, but well worth it. You're gonna be getting glimpses of our tree down there. I will touch up the gown base there, and too bad I didn't do it before the video, but at least you can see the condition of something that I've thrifted. I didn't start up here. I've had these two on the end for many years. Thrifted everything up here. And this set here was a newer set. The two tiny little chalkware angels. I'll see if they just have a Japan. Oh. There's the label on the bottom of them. By the way, she is a belle, so they were all bells. Really sweet. Yeah, so I've really appreciated all these years having the chalkware ones like the redhead angel and that tiny one, but this one is more ceramic. Oh, so those are Taiwan. Those little candle ones. Okay. So lastly down here, I said I just found these guys. Are they bells? Nope. But it is Homeco set. They were so cute and so reasonable. So these I've had for many years, and they are ceramic. So that's another Lefton item. These are so cute. I bet a lot of people would pass them up because they're so pale. They are not bells. I was just wondering if there was a Homeco label on any one of them, but there isn't on the first two. I think their faces are painted so well. Yes, they're very quiet. They kind of remind me of Precious Moments ones, which I've never collected, but they are really nice in a collection like this, I think. I was thrilled to find them, and I believe it was probably a Goodwill store in our neighborhood. So I'm very happy with this display. My caroler and angel, chalkware, and ceramic vintage figurines have grown. I do pick up one here and there if it's the style that I like and it's reasonable. So I did find there's at least 2 or more up there that are new. I really like these for Christmas. The red glass, larger ones that I thrifted many years ago. And a little holly taper ring. I've found many of those over the years. Had plenty of sconces around here to decorate for the holidays. This was a thrifted wreath. Very happy with it. Vintage. And I decided it would be very nice to put up here versus one of our clocks or a picture. I could have done that, but we were able to use this here because I have other things for the front door, inside and out. So let me put the candle in the other one. I like that display this year. I don't recall what I had up here last year, if I just left the clock, the wire atomic looking clock that matches the sconces well. And I had thrifted this in, I believe, Hutchinson a year ago, upstairs from their Main Street Antiques. It is so reasonable up there for everything. And I thought this was nicely done. I love plastic canvas, as you know, so I have several pieces up here. And I did show you that last year too. So let me see, this girl here was thrifted possibly in the spring, and she could have been put out because of the green. Maybe they felt it was good enough to put out for St. Patrick's Day, for instance, or Easter. I don't recall, but she's been sitting on basement shelving for months. So she finally gets to be up here with all these other lovely angels, all thrifted. I was very surprised to find this set. I did actually find another set this year that was at North Branch Family Pathways just a couple weeks ago. Exactly the same. So I didn't get them because I just didn't want to store two more. Their wings were white with gold edges. Just a hint of gold on the edges. And they do that to a lot of these figurines, angel figurines. I decided, because I have so many that came with gold wings, that I wanted to paint them gold. And I did the same to this set. This adorable little set also had white wings with just a touch of gold on the tips. So I embellished their instruments a little more too. They were pretty skimpy with gold. So I was using Tester's metallic gold enamel paint. And I've done that to quite a few of the angels here. I forgot to mention that I did that on the shelf behind me to a lot of those that are in red and white. I wanted them to match better. I'm just not as crazy about the white wings with a touch of gold. And this gal came that way. She was very sweet, very reasonable. And she doesn't have a sticker on the bottom, but yeah, she's an odd one. And so is this adorable one. No wings, but she looks like an angel, huh? And this was a recent find at the Family Pathways in North Branch. She's adorable. I've had those two boys for a long time. And this is a blow mold tree topper, I would say, because she is open on the bottom, and I've shared her many years because we've had her for more than a decade, I think. And I believe it would be a Hong Kong. I'll try to sneak her out of here. No, there's no. I've actually even put a light in there. A battery tea light can barely fit in that opening. So I have tried that with her and it worked fine. And since she's probably meant to be a tree topper. And this set of what looks like boys are so sweet. They're looking down, so I've often had them on the top shelf. To the right, on a big hexagon shelf we have over there on the top shelf, then when they're looking down, it's just right. I've had them for many, many, many years. Really appreciate them. So that's that shelf. Let's look at the shelf below. Here's the top shelf on the inside. These are all similar size, and the two on each side, not the set in the middle, but I believe just the 4 on the ends. I used to combine them with the very large angels that are in the living room. This year I did just keep the largest ones together and decided to use these medium-sized ones up here at the top of the stairs. So the set in the middle is quite fun. I've had all of these for, it seems like, a decade or more. Same with these. The one that is on the left that is playing, what, a mandolin possibly? It's all in golds and cream color, is much newer. The rest of them I've had for many years as well. The deer, probably 3 years or so. And I didn't really have anywhere to put them, so I thought it would be fun to have them up here. It's a little different. Now, these are some newer ones. I did share the largest pair of what looks like boy choir boys in the middle there. I did share them last year. I wonder if that was musical. I forgot if it is or not. I think so. Probably plays Silent Night. I don't know, but I will check it out again. So those were new last year, I believe. The 2 on the left were also new last year. So cute, with a little puppy for the boy and a little kitty for the girl. So I did have a lot of these up on the table to my right by the little miniature aluminum Christmas tree that I've had there now for, this is its 2nd year. I just love it. Norm really likes it too. The girl in green in the middle, I've had her for many years, and actually have her original box too. I think it was a Target item, so you could see the original price on her. But the littlest one on the right is very new this year. She is so cute with freckles, and she's got the real stocking cap like the little girl, I'd say, dressed as an angel. That's the way I'm looking at her, as a little choir girl, to have those stocking caps. So I do have some characters like that. It isn't very often that I find one with a stocking cap, but they're irresistible. So she's new, the littlest one. What a sweet surprise. I can't remember where I found her, but I hope you like how this display turned out. I'm very happy with it. Over here beneath the miniature tree, I really like that. Had a lot of fun putting those ornaments on it. Are some Victorian era. I just don't know. It may not be. And this in the back is a musical one too. I just found those in Hutchinson last year, very late, I think. They were such a deal. They are so reasonable in Hutchinson at the Main Street Antiques, and often at the Treasure Shed too. I've had this ceramic little angel for many, many years. These were only maybe a couple years old for me. I was so thrilled. I told Norm that I wanted to find a lacy white, probably plastic lace tablecloth. a round one that would be inexpensive for here because I was trying to create a snow effect. Well, I was really surprised. All of a sudden I got to thinking, why don't I search Amazon for a snowflake, more specific round tablecloth, instead of just searching for a round white lace tablecloth. So this is one of them that pulled up. Just look at the sparkle. And this is so soft and furry. It is very washable. It had very good reviews. I absolutely love it. I would leave it up for January too. That's perfect. I'll put some of my new big snowmen on it. Yeah. I would like to show this shelf first without as much bright light from the overhead hall light up here. It's very, very bright. I wanted you to see these sweet little votives that I found 3 of. Again, it's really strange that I have several sets now of like 3. That is really strange. They are really cute, carolers and snowflakes. So I thought I would add them with some of these angels, just to let you see that effect. I've got light on downstairs, plenty of light in the living room and kitchen, dining room, the front hallway, and our bathroom light quite bright behind me upstairs here helps light them up a little bit. So I didn't have a votive to put up here, and it would have crowded the front of her. I also have not been overly crazy about these 3. It's a darling set. She has an orange robe and a red songbook. This one has a red robe and a blue songbook, and this one is the blue one with the red songbook. They all had white wings, and I just didn't like it. They are candle holders. I've had them for many years, as well as the 2 choir boy angels. One on each side. He's dressed in a green coat and that one in a gold coat, and I have shared them many Christmases since we started the channel 4 years ago. But this year I just had a lot of fun giving them gold wings. I really like it better. It's not it's not stained. You get all of that dark detail by putting a dark stain over them. I could do that, but it's just not necessary to me. It's just not important. You can see the feathers. So I think they're very sweet now. They would have stood out way, way too much with all of these other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other angels on this shelf that have gold wings. So I've always had to separate them and put them on a shelf down below in the stairwell. Way down there is where I would put them on that shelf. But I've done that now too many years, so I decided to see if I could try to do it up here. So let's turn the hall light on. It's much brighter, so we can talk about some of these things over here. I just love these 2 sweet plastic canvas crafted items. I really admire all the work it is to cut out those separate pieces out of big sheets of plastic mesh, and and then do all that stitching on them. The pearls are really a sweet addition. I probably got both of these at an antique mall. I do not picture me finding them at a thrift store. I just don't happen to remember. It's been a couple years. But they happen to go nicely on the couple of nails I had up here.